So back in 2022, I heard about this really awesome gem of a game by Kodo Ninja called Stardeus. And it really captivated my attention. It was a really awesome gem of a game. And over the last 2 years, man, have they been busy making this game just so much better. There are so many changes to this thing. This is the Bioverse update. It's version 11 is their major update. And Paradox Arc and Kodo Ninja have reached out and sponsored this video for me to come out and just like try to show you all the things that are new with this. There's no way I can do that in this video, but you know what? This game is worthy of another playthrough because of how much stuff has been added to this. There's a new AI system. Combat systems are all based on goal-oriented action planning now. So this is like a way for game AI to like, you know, create agents that can autonomously determine their actions and stuff. We have new body parts, health, needs, condition systems and stuff. I mean, if I go over to the About tab, go to changelog, this is just the latest update. They're major. Everything is major here. Rewriting the whole AI system, rewriting the whole combat system. There are new stats, new abilities, a whole new research system. It just goes on and on and on and on. This guy has been so busy over the last, yes, I say this guy. Yes, that's this guy. You know what I'm talking about here. We have really small indie devs and they are doing some really amazing things. We're going to check this out. But look at this just go on and on and on. This, I can't even scroll to all of the changes that have happened since we last played this game. This whole full list only goes until December. That's a year after I stopped. So let's go ahead and hit new game here. I'm gonna go with Wrecked. I like the main story, the way it goes, the main scenario. I still like that, and I want to kind of see how it's changed over time as well. So we're gonna hit that too, and we're gonna hit start game. Okay, so here's how the new game setup works, okay? On the left, we have the list of crew that we've been assigned to already. And this is R2-D3. It's our main construction robot. He has tracks, so he has to have a floor to actually move on. He can't be flying around in space. And then we have the drone, which can do extra vehicular activities here. We also have Caliban, Cash, and Photon. These are our carrier drones. Then there are 2 human colonists that are going to be joining us initially. That's Alfonso, Colonel Sherman, and Jinx. And we can click on these guys to get a reading of what they're like. I'm just going to go with the people who are here, although it would be probably nice to roll some people who could maybe do some research at least. Looks like the Colonel can at least do research. That's fine. Crafting is a good skill to have. Melee is great for him. Yeah, there's a little bit of crafting skill here too. We have a cook. That's fine too. Then we have a pet. In this case, it's Trixie the pig. I think that's probably fine, although this pet is always hungry, so we might have a pig literally pigging out on our food supply. We'll see. I'm gonna go with this starting group here. At the top, we're gonna be naming our ship. And last time we did this, we named it Fedora. I'm gonna go with, I think, Fedora 2.0. All right. This is our second playthrough for this. That's fine. And then we need to start with a seed. Now, this is the initial ship design that you did have before you crashed. Okay, so we're starting with a wrecked scenario. We have been embarking on a journey to find a colonized a world that we can colonize, you know, that we can terraform and make our own home. But something happened along the way and the ship crashed. So that's what we're going to be working towards. And I'm just going to go with this. It doesn't really matter what the ship is going to be called because we'll end up having this be our ship anyway. But this is sort of our starting seed, if you will, for this, okay? For the story generator, we're going to go balanced. Difficulty, I'll go balanced. And then for the commitment, we're just going to go with save and load anytime because permadeath and an alpha game, plus I'm making a series, etc., etc. I'd like to get going with it. So if something does happen, I do want to be able to reload it if it happens. I don't think it will. I have a good amount of experience in the game. I should be okay, but hey, you never know. There's a lot of random stuff that can happen in this game. Okay, I think this is how we're going to start. So let's go ahead and hit embark and see what happens here. It says Earth has perished. Survivors are roaming the universe in search of a new home. You are hibernating on Fedora 2.0, an Ark vessel equipped with advanced AI that will wake the colonists after a base has been established on a habitable planet. But something happened, right? And now? Uploading the neural network to host, disabling I/O to reduce initial shock, enabling visual input in 3, 2, 1. Greetings, colonist. I am Ship OS, an artificial intelligence that controls the ship. There was a catastrophic failure that triggered an upload of human consciousness. You were selected as the most compatible surviving subject. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, this is the ship computer that hosts our neural network. Try to preserve this device at all costs unless it violates Asimov's first law, which is, of course, a robot may not injure a human or through inaction allow a human to become injured or come to harm. It looks like someone managed to survive. We should keep an eye on these colonists. Fixing and relocating some facilities over to this area should keep them alive longer. There are now 876 more survivors hibernating in the stasis array, but life support systems will become unstable unless we reestablish the power. Malfunctioning pods will trigger premature wake-up events. To minimize casualties, we must rebuild the ecosystem in that area. If we have bridge controls and thrusters, we can travel to nearby planets, use the shuttle for mining expeditions, etc. It would allow us to establish a resource processing pipeline, produce essential resources for rebuilding our ship. There also seems to be more wreckage nearby. We should be able to approach it once we have restored some space travel capabilities. And this crash course is now complete. Thank you for your patience. For further learning, I highly recommend exploring the operations manual of the codex. Blah, blah, blah. Granting full permissions. Good luck. Okay, so let's go ahead and pause it really quick so we can get acquainted with the game. If you haven't seen this game before, I won't require you to watch the previous series, but you can see how the game changed. I'll link the previous playlist down in the description. You can see how it works. It says before anything else, we should ensure that our robotic workers will have a way to recharge themselves. So, at the top left of the screen is a basic resource list. It is not the exhaustive resource list. If I can hit I, I'll get a list of my inventory. There are multiple pages of that inventory, but it is good to take a look at the inventory that you start with, as these things are kind of random-ish as we go. For the equipment, you can see that I have 1 space helmet, 2 space suits. Okay, so 2 space suits, but only 1 helmet. Great, so 1 usable full suit that people can go out and help me with while we're in the vacuum of space. Brilliant. That's a thing we have. It would be nice to probably know where that is. So we have a red suit and a yellow suit, and they're both in actually pretty good condition as well. So one is way up there, and the other one is down over here, and that's the one that's in better condition. I'm going to go ahead and real quick, I'm going to grab that suit. I'm going to relocate that suit and bring it over into here so that these guys will have it in here, okay? We can see the location of the colonel. He's right there. That's great. And then we've got another survivor in here somewhere. Should be another. If we go to worker, we should be able. Nope, colonist. Sorry. We should be able to see where Jinx is somewhere. Oh, he's in the. He's sleeping in the pod with Trixie. Okay, so sleeping with the pet. Cool. Okay. We'll go through a lot of the interface stuff as we go, but first things first, we need to assess where we are. And how we want our ship to be, because a lot of how we're going to be building this out is going to be about how our ship, or whether what kind of design we can make our ship be. Okay, if I was to go like this and go to the planning tool and go to type 1, we're going to see the design in which our ship started as. So this used to be our ship, but you can see there's a lot of material missing. So we're not going to be able to replicate this design exactly. That's just not going to happen. So kind of deciding how you want to design your craft is sort of step 1 when it comes to what your parts you're breaking down, what parts you're going to move through. I love this. These are reinforced walls, and they're much stronger than the walls that we have the ability to use. So if at all possible, I would like to preserve as much of these wall segments as possible, moving things around to use the winch to create a pretty good exterior shell to start things off with as possible. We also have a lot of other objects around here too. Solar panels are here. We've got, there's the shuttle. There's a bed right here that could probably be fixed. Another solar panel over here. Here's another sleeping pod. We should probably relocate the sleeping pod since they are they're a really good bed to have. So they like to sleep in those. So we'll relocate those as well. All right, the next thing to consider, once we have kind of an idea of how we want to build things, and I'm kind of got an idea here how I'm going to do it, but we'll see how that develops. The first thing we want to really get to do as far as action goes is to get ourselves establishing a connection and a network. This is our ship computer. Ship computer has a limited amount of processing power and RAM and disk space and all that stuff. And it's up to us to kind of manage those resources as we connect everything to its grid. So the first thing I'm going to do, I have this little connector here, but I don't have another connector in sight. And it's actually pretty nice that we're really close together. So it'll take a lot less resource to get everything hooked up. So I'm going to say I want one of these connectors. I think right here would be fine. We're going to place this one right there. And our drones will go ahead and get started bringing resources over here to build this connector. Once that connector is established, I'm going to connect it to this, and then I'm going to connect this to that. Actually, I probably have to do it the other way around. There we go. I will now connect all these things together. Okay, now the computer is connected to the actual network, which is also part of this. And this is already connected to a lot of these things. Without having things connected to the network, I can't control anything. So the matter reactor here, which is like a little mini power plant, I wouldn't be able to do anything with configuration or anything on this unless I was connected to it. Now that I'm connected to it, I can do those types of things. The other thing I can do is I can connect to, say, the doors, for example, would be great. There's a battery right there. We want to go ahead and recharge that. Probably want to manage that door as well. And maybe that door over there as well. And then maybe getting some of these lights on would be a good idea. So let's go ahead and bring this power over, let's say over to here. We'll build a connector in the middle of the floor over there. And then we can start looking at providing power into this area too. What I would like to do though, is move this section right here. I'd like to move this over here. I think I want to get these things kind of in a line in the center or as close as I can together. I think that sounds like a pretty good idea. Another thing that's a really big priority, and I'm going to have my haulers doing this now, is getting rid of the dead bodies. We want to get these dead bodies, not because of morale reasons, but because of threat to our life reasons. Yes. So we're going to want to move these two bodies and get them out into the vacuum of space without having them be on the deck, okay? We don't want them to have any surfaces. And the reason for that is because we, well, you don't really know exactly what happened yet, but when the event happens, when these things start to hatch little creepy crawlies, you'll have an idea that maybe we were attacked by some creepy crawlies. We don't want that to happen. There's a little bit of rubber over here too. I might be able to use that as a resource. And then I want to connect the solar panels as well. So let's get the solar panels. You know, we can form a little row of them right over here. Let's say we'll grab this solar panel. We're going to grab that and put it over here. Yeah, I think so. We can grab this one and this one both, and we will go ahead and relocate these over here. And then I also need to, I guess, move this specific one here. Yeah, I sure do. That one's not going to be moved. We kind of did that backwards, did that wrong. Here we go. Relocate this one and put that there. And then I thought there was one more I saw, but maybe not. Right here. Yes. Oh, that's already getting moved. Okay. So there are at least 4 solar panels there, which is good. I think what I'd like to do is I'm going to cut this section right here out and probably a little bit of this out. And then we're going to take this part here, which looks like it's pretty well developed with a nice, you know, reinforced walls. And I'm just going to slide this part up into position. So that's going to end up being the rear of the ship a little bit, like right here. We'll just end up bringing that up. I think that's a good idea. Over here on this side, I'll probably get rid of most of this, but then move this part back. And then we'll go ahead and close the back end of it with some regular stuff over here. This stuff right here, we have, yeah, there's a lot of dead people here, which is not great. So we're going to hold shift and highlight. This gives us all 4 people. We'll go ahead and order and just order them to be brought out into the vacuum of space, way out in the open. Okay, so that's what our little hauler bots are going to be doing. A lot of the moving around stuff that I've asked them to do. Now, we've also got some dead bots around here, too. These are robots that just simply did not live through the explosions. We got Stick. He's dead. We got Mox and Adam here, right? And so these robots here, we do want to keep them. We want to be able to go ahead and, you know, break them down for resources and stuff later is a good idea. What I'm doing right now with this is just connecting a bunch of lights and also connecting those doors so that I can close them. If we hover, actually, before we hover or do anything here, let's bring this down into this area right here. We'll go ahead and do that. I need to connect this door too, because you can see the stuff is leaving, right? The air is leaving. And so we have heat and oxygen all being sucked out this, and we don't want that to happen. So we're going to want to connect that to the grid so we can control it. Remember, you can't control anything unless it's connected. So that right there will let us close those. And I think that's everything. So we're going to come up to these overlays, and we can see the oxygen layout here. And it looks like we're about 22% oxygen here. This area here was bad while the windows and while the doors were open, but it's going to start getting better. More oxygen level is going to start coming up. Temperature is going to start rising. The air tightness of the place is better. And so this area here becomes a very habitable area. Very nice. Is what we wanted to see. The next thing I want to do here, now that I've kind of secured these guys have a nice, comfortable area to be in, is I want to start establishing research for everything. If we take a look at the research tree, it's pretty extensive. There's a lot of stuff going on this, and it's a completely different system than we had in the previous game. Previous like back in 2 years ago, right? It's a very different system in that it uses something called datoids or datoids. I don't know how the dialect of the dev says it, but that's how this works. And so each one of these has a requirement. In this case, this one just needs 7 basic datoids. This one over here requires 9 basic datoids, but also 2 of the regular tech datoids, okay? And I'll be probably pronouncing these slightly different as we go. We have a research tier. This is all tier 1. We have tier 2 in this row, 3, 4, etc. And then finally, there is disk space. Now, remember, we're a computer. So we have to store things. You have to store files just like any other computer would, and that requires us to have hard drive space. In this case, we have 14. We've used 14 zettabytes, and we have an additional 18 zettabytes remaining right here. And as we get more and more researches completed, we will fill up the space and require more space to be allocated. Okay. I'm going to get another one of these posts. I want to get another one. Let's put it. Let's put it right here for now. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get it connected right there. So in this room right here, we're kind of keeping it cold, right? We're not keeping it, we don't need an environment or anything in here, but I'm going to turn some lights on just so it's easier for you guys to see. There we go. And then there's a lot of resources just scattered all over the place that need to be hauled in, right? So there's all that stuff to worry about too. Real quick, just to help with power, I'm going to go ahead and connect all of these solar panels as well. We're just going to go ahead and highlight all the solar panels. Yeah, and then we'll go ahead and connect all of them to this. That is not the correct hotkey to do that. There's a lot of different like hotkey combinations and stuff that I have to learn. So bear with me while I maybe do some clicking that's slightly inefficient for a little bit. I will get the hang of those as they go. There's a lot of different combinations like holding Alt, holding Control, holding Alt and Control. Shift comes in as a modifier as well. And so you can like highlight only your objects, for example. You can hold Control and do this, and you get all your different connectors and objects that are in play here. You get all the different equipment and stuff. If you want to have the resources and such as well, you could go like this and hold Alt, and now you get only the resources selected. Shift, only the objects, or sorry, not the objects, the colonists and stuff, right? So there's a lot of different keys like that in the game. Okay, so we have a solar panel coming in. Each one of these is going to do 3 kilowatts for us. They don't necessarily do 100% of their power all the time, but there they are. 1.1 kilowatts coming in from that. And then we have another power node right here. It's going to let us kind of seal this up just a little bit more. Before I get into getting research going, let's go ahead and get a charging station here. So we're going to get a charger right there. And then I'm also going to grab a repair station as well. So if any of the bots get damaged, they can come over here and get themselves repaired. So we're going to put those on just on the outside of this room. Then what I'm going to do is we're going to come over into computing. We're going to get 2 things. There's a datoid loader here, which I'm going to place right here, maybe on this side right there. And then what we're going to do is get the data harvester. And I probably want 2 of these, to be honest. Maybe we'll get, let's get 2 of them, because the more we have, the more we can process at a time, and we can get more of them. So this is how the new research system works. You effectively are going to have datoids created by these harvesters, and then they are going to insert, the bots, are going to insert the datoids that are harvested from this and made into this bin. And then the loader is what you spend to learn technologies. So to give you an example of how that works, let's hook up this one. We're going to hook up this one and then hook up that. Actually, that's already hooked up. So we get these hooked up. We're then going to configure them to give us just basic datoids. That's how we're going to produce that. And then we're going to copy that configuration over there. My haulers are going to bring in the resources required to make that happen. And you can see they get right to work making those datoids for us. And then they load them into here. In this case, storage used is now 2 out of 250. To make a basic datoid, we're going to be using 1 titanium plate and 1 gear. How many gears do we have? Right now, we're looking at how many gears? 24 gears is what we have right now. Starting with 100 copper plate and how much wire? 77 wire. That's not bad. Okay, I would like to find a crafting table if it exists. I would like a crafting table. I don't see a crafting table. Let's do, is it this? Oxygen pump. Data harvesters. I'm looking for a crafting table. Crafting table right there. Crafting station. Okay, so with this crafting station, I'm going to relocate this all the way over here into the safe zone for these guys so that when they're not doing anything, they will begin to craft stuff that I need, okay? That's what I really need them to do. And, you know, I probably could have put these things a little closer. I really could have. We're going to put another connector right here. We'll be using all these connection points, so like it's not a waste. We're gonna have a need for all of these. It's fine. So as soon as we get that built, we'll go ahead and connect that to this and this. So now the charger is online and they can use this to recharge their batteries. There we go. And then of course the repair station is right here. Okay, I'm gonna connect this, then I wanna repair it. With the repairs made here, I'm gonna have my humans going to be creating things that I need, creating the resources that I require. And in order to get those resources going, I have to research it. So I have now 6 basic datoids. Let's come over to construction so I can start moving things around. I want to get the winch first, and we'll talk about what that does in a little bit. And then I want to get, it'd be crafting resources, I suppose. Food production is pretty important, but I think I would like to get assembly right here. We're going to bookmark that so that it's in my bookmarks. It's easier to see. And I think probably it would be a good idea to get the recycler going pretty quickly too. We're going to go ahead and bookmark both of those. Electronics we're going to want to get. Disassembly isn't the biggest priorities right now. And then over on this side, yeah, food, heating needs to be done. Oxygen production is important. And then I think from there, I want to make sure I'm going into... actually, real quick, we're going to grab storage, too, if possible. Where is the storage unit? This one right here. I want that bigger storage unit right there. And then on the computational side of things, I would like to make sure that we can get additional CPU capacity right there. And then when it's appropriate, we can go in and get the improved disks, because these are way more efficient to drop in, but... it's not something I'm interested in right away, so it's fine. And we can actually get disk compression much earlier than that too. So these are the ones I want to start with anyway, those researches. So now that I have the winch is really nice because I can move things around. That's why it's very valuable. I think we can't move the shuttle just yet because the shuttle requires me to have an advanced form of relocation. I believe it's actually called advanced relocation. Did I actually get that right? Advanced relocation. There it is. Yeah. And it's pretty... I guess it's not really far down the tech tree. It's actually not bad. We're going to grab that too, I guess. But I want to start breaking down a lot of the places in the ship. So let's go ahead and break down this area right here. We'll break all this down. This is a bed we're going to want to move into the people area. So we'll just kind of get that... I don't know, positioned over here for now, no big deal. And then let's go ahead and get some straight lines. So I want to get this disconnected. Let's get this all taken out of here. We'll remove all this chunk of stuff here. We're going to remove this right here. Get rid of that and get rid of that. And then we can bring this segment again up into this. And yeah, it should be pretty good there to do that. Let's maybe bring this 3 section here right up into here. That seems like a good idea. That would give me a bit of reinforcement there, and then that's just comes straight up from there. I like it. Okay, so then since we have the winch now, let's grab the hook. The winch hook is going to be what we use to grab a hold of stuff, of course, and then it's going to pull things from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles in from the end, and this end right here is going to go here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles in from the end will be here, is where the hook will go. And then the winch will go here, or the anchor will go here. So we're going to build an anchor right there. All right, so drones will start doing that too. Looks like a reinforced damaged floor collapsed at 153. I can't actually look at that though. Is it this? No, that's the helmet. Oh, the helmet. Yeah, we got to move the helmet. Let's relocate the helmet into a safe area so people can use it. And then this also is in a bad area here. Look at all this. So we want to highlight the whole table and the chair and everything. And we'll order all of this stuff to be moved in here too. All as a set. Just come on and bring it in here. Okay. Let's get the planter to come in here too so we can start planting our own crops. maybe they can go get some food, that kind of stuff. Definitely want to do that. And then the game wants me to create a suitable environment for survival within this stasis array. And it's actually nice because this little hallway here, they could just get out of the stasis array and walk right into the nice room. So it's not super vital that I move this, but I want to move it for the sake of protecting it. I'd like to get it more centrally located. And so in order to do that, I'm going to have to kind of break a bunch of stuff down, I think, and then rebuild it. So let's keep these windows. I sort of like those, but we'll go ahead and tear out, let's say from here. Let's tear out from here to, let's go with maybe to here. Well, where do we want the windows to end up, I guess, is the question. Well, the pod is, looks like 8 from that. So we would want to come out maybe right about here. We can do it from like right here. Like this. Yeah, and then we have the one object. That's gonna be Fowler. We're gonna relocate you over here for now. Get that bot out of the way. All right, and then I don't think, oh right, the teleporters exist. Ha, yeah. Teleporters will just go in here. Let's put it like right there. Get that out of the way too. And then we want to go in and we want to tear down all of this to about here, I think. Break all this stuff down. And that's going to let us, you know, I want to, again, shift this section forward. So what we'll do to do that is we're going to bring essentially just the wall is getting brought down here. So we're going to get rid of, I think, all of you. Yep, all of this we can get rid of all of this. And then I can get rid of this. And then I guess we'll go from here up. Yeah, we'll just trim that up. So we want to completely disconnect this segment from the rest of the ship. That's the only way we can move it. And then I'm just going to bring this down too so we can get that fully disconnected as well. If I want to keep this wall segment, I have to dump the rest of this as well. So if this is getting removed, as is the plan to remove all of this, yeah, there we go. This section is now completely separated on that side. We're going to want to do the same on this side. Let's get this out of the way, and then we're just going to bring all of this out of here as well. There we go. Is that another colonist? No, that's Stick. Are there any other colonists that are dead on the ship? We must make sure they are all spaced. Gordon is spaced, Caleb, Landry, McCann. Okay, so all of the dead colonists are spaced. Excellent, good. All right, so everything's getting broken down. It looks like R2-D3 got himself stuck here. He's got these tracks. He has to be on the surface, so he's not supposed to be floating around. We'll need to have one of the drones move him. There we go. All right then, so we have this segment is completely disconnected from the rest. We're gonna move it down. And then this, we want to rest right here. So in order for it to rest there, I need this to be gone. So we'll get rid of all that. So now this wall will rest here, which is exactly in line with the door, exactly where we want it to be. And it looks to me like I actually need to remove. Yes, I will need to remove that as well, so that it all kind of sockets itself in. Yeah, so that needs to go too. Okay. So we have the winch down here, and we have this part here, which we're going to bring up. Okay. Now on this side, it looks like there's enough clearance. It seems like there's enough clearance, but I'm worried about this tile, right? Because this tile is supposed to slot right here, but I can see already that this is too tall. And so it's actually going to touch a little bit sooner than that. So I want to get rid of these tiles as well. And maybe I'll just cut it extra trim, or trim it extra, just to make sure that it really slots in. We can always rebuild it later. It's fine. Okay, looks pretty good. Now we're going to take this winch, and I'm going to say I want to manage it. Normally, to operate the winch, you need it connected to your network, but I'm going to plan on moving this winch a lot. So I'm going to have one of my bots kind of plug into it, and now I can control this using the bot's power supply and the connection to it. So we're going to reel in this winch, and the larger section stays put, the smaller section moves. That's the way it always is. So we'll reel in. This is going to move up, and it gets, oh, I didn't calculate it well. You know what? It's fine. We can make this work. We're going to go ahead and release. Yep. Go ahead and, nope, not that. We're going to want to All right, hold on. Where? Give me the stupid thing. Release. Okay. I want to move. I want to move this back 1, right? I want to relocate this back 1, yeah. And then I want to tear that out. Okay, and that out too. Okay, now I can go ahead and plug back into this and reel it in. There it goes. Okay, so everything's good now. We can go ahead and unplug from this. If I can click it right there. There we go. And we can reposition the winch now. So the winch hook, we're going to reposition that over here. Yep, this whole section right here is moving straight down and slotting right here. So if that's the case, then we will want to, I can probably deal with it being, yeah, I need a firm look at the hook. So I will probably need to get rid of one of these little segments. Maybe it can go through the door. Can it go through the door? Let's see if it can go through the door. We're going to go ahead and move that. And then the anchor, which is right over here, this anchor needs relocated. And the anchor will get relocated in line with this right to here. Okay, so with that done, we will go ahead and plug back into the winch hook. There we go. And then reel in from here. And we should see this segment just move right on in. There it is. And notice how all the resources that were floating in space next to this, they all got scooped up as well. So now they're all really close together here, all kind of collected. And that wall is in line with this door. So everything worked out exactly the way it was supposed to. Cool. Let's go ahead and release that. And we'll say that the winch, which is right here, winch anchor, where are we setting this up next? Probably this side over here could get set up next. We're going to probably tear down most of this. I'll move the shuttle. Maybe we'll move the shuttle up to here or something. It's a little difficult to do, but if I'm tearing down most of it anyway, I can always winch it to here and then move the other part down. Ideally, I'd like this segment right here to kind of be more aligned right here. Kind of be my exterior wall on this side would be nice. So that's the game at the moment. It's kind of just trying to piece the ship together, breaking down the stuff that I don't need, etc. But overall, I kind of like the way the design is going so far. I'm thinking my ship probably looks about like this in size. So probably all of this goes, most of the interior, like, yeah, most of this stuff is all going to go. All the floors and stuff are going to go. But I'm going to, again, try to preserve these reinforced walls as much as possible as we proceed through this, okay? Now, with research, because we have these basic datoids now, we have 10 of them now. I should be able, if I go to bookmarks, I should be able to get things. Yes, assembly is one of the things I really wanted. This allows me to make the copper wire and the gears that I require, and also build a second crafting station. So we're going to want to do that. The biochemical extraction will allow us to get leather and stuff, but mostly it allows us to use the nutrient extractor, which, you know, you can, you know, if read the description here. I got distracted by trying to read it. Extracts and stores nutrients and raw materials from harvested plants. Also extracts from Bob and Bill, who died a tragic death 2 hours ago. Just make sure nobody's looking. Some colonists wouldn't be happy to find out how the sausage is made. Yeah, so we can probably do that too. I want to get heating though. I think heating is an important one, and then the tier 1 storage is very good too. And actually tier 1 storage would really help with kind of like the messiness of everything right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get that, and then we'll work on getting the other stuff in a little bit. But that tier 1 storage is actually going to be pretty nice to have. We'll start by getting that storage unit. I think I'm going to place it over here for now. I need it near a door, yeah. So we'll place the storage right here for now. I think is a pretty good spot for it. And this will just store everything. So all the stuff that's just sitting out in space, just, you know, wandering out, just laying out here, it'll all get moved into storage units, which makes it more centrally located and it's easier to work with at that point. We have another teleporter right over here. Okay, so the teleporters are great because it lets everybody move around really quickly. Where would I want to be moving around to, though? That's the question. I think I'm going to probably destroy all... Look at all these crawlers are dead over here, too. Big fight happened over here. I'm probably going to dismantle all of this stuff, probably this little part right here. And then I'll, again, try to preserve this if I can. But I think all this stuff here is going to go. So if that's the case, then the teleporter is really not in that bad of a spot. Maybe we'll set it up next to the wall. Maybe like right here. We can set it up next to the wall there. And then we're obviously going to get power out that way too. So we're going to want to go and get another power connector right there. I think is probably a good idea. And then with that built, we can connect this to the network and get teleportation going, which is going to be great. All right, so with this hooked up here now, we can hook up you to the network. And then the other teleporter is here. And we're going to want to get you hooked up to the network too. We'll just do that. Any repairs that need to be made, let's do those if we can, or if we have to, we'll go ahead and do those repairs. And then the teleporter gets connected. It's a one-way connection. So the teleporter is connected to this one, and then this one is now connected to this one. So you can chain teleporters together so that they form like a chain to go in a certain direction, or you can just connect them with each other, and then they can be used back and forth like that. Okay, so I managed to preserve this for the most part. I like that. We'll go in and I think I'll do a lot of the deconstruction stuff first, like tearing down all the floor segments I'm not going to have. I'll do that first before I start building segments that I will have, because chances are my design will change. Like this part right here is probably going to get all destroyed. I'm probably not going to keep any of this. And then instead what I'll do is I'll have this part of the ship will just kind of go at an angle up to here. I think that's probably for the best right here. So we'll go ahead and break down. I know I said I wanted to preserve these walls as much as possible, and maybe I could get this segment to move up here. Suppose that is an idea. But either way, I think this whole segment here is probably just gone. So we're going to go ahead and tear all that out. And all this stuff right here is going to go. And then I'll see about moving this stuff around. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. So this is why we put these bodies out in the middle of space here, because creatures can hatch from these colonists right out of their belly. And the creatures, they can survive in the vacuum, but they do need ground to walk on. So this thing is going to stay alive, but it's not going to be able to do anything because it's way out here in the middle of space. And yeah, ultimately, that's why you do it. Looks like we have a nuclear cell here. I did not see that initially, and that's a really good thing to keep with us. I'm going to put that, I think I'm going to put that over here. I'm tearing down this little area here. I'm just kind of removing some of the floor because we are going to move this closer to the wall as well. So I'm going to move this over, and then yeah, we'll proceed from there. Right now I'm trying to break down all this stuff, but I think I can move this over before I do. So let's put the winch there, and then the winch hook will go, let's see, how do we want to get line it right up, I guess, maybe right in the middle. So I guess we'll go maybe here. Yeah, we can move it down just a little bit more. Maybe like one tile should be enough. Yeah, we'll put the hook right here. So we'll get everything moving there. With that, there we go. Let's go ahead and get that managed. And then we can bring this closer and start closing it up so that people can survive if they pop out of this, because I may actually get somebody to pop out of this pretty soon. Combat's in progress. So it looks like Photon decided to go over and fight the damn thing, which was really stupid. We don't need you to do that. If you could... Yeah, I don't need you to fight it. Who's over here fighting this thing? Is it you, Photon? Photon, I don't need you to... Well, can it even fight? Can it attack without a ground? Oh, it can. Okay, Photon, I want you to get out of there. Just get out of there. It can't move. It can't do anything. Go focus on something else. Okay, don't go fight it. Don't. You're going to go fight it. Okay, combat unit. Can I have ignore? Here we go. I want you to go this way now. No? Really? You're really locked in, huh? I think all of you guys want to fight, huh? Okay, tell you what. I don't want you guys fighting. So I want you to ignore. Okay? Or flee. You could try that too, I guess. You know, I'll get you guys to run away. That's another thing we could do here, so that you don't fight it. There's no reason to fight it. Just leave it alone, because if you try to fight it, you can get damaged, and then I have to worry about whether or not I can fix you. So I want you guys to respond by fleeing combat. There you go. Very good. All right, so if we can get these guys to... Oh, R2-D3 is stuck here again. Let's relocate you just back over onto the main thing would be fine. We can get you guys to do that. Are you guys actually just gonna sit around and flee? For real? Okay, ignore? Can we just ignore it? Guys, can you just completely ignore the fact that that thing exists and do your jobs? Thanks. Yep, that's better. Thanks. Caliban also, let's get you to, yeah, ignore. What's the other one that has to ignore? Is it you? I have everybody on ignore now. At least I believe I do. All right, good. Anyone want to help your fellow robot here? Anyone want to help him? Help him out, please. Huh? Priority number 5. Get over here and help him. Wow. Oh, you're providing a temporary connection. That's why. Okay, I forgot about that. All right, we're going to reel this in. Operation forbidden. Oh, is it still connected? It is still connected. Okay, let's make this a higher priority here. So they get rid of that floor so I can move this. There we go. And now I should be able to reel in. No? May not be any active fires, combat, or flying objects. Oh, really? You won't let me do this while there's combat? Okay, tell you what. Here's what we'll do. Otis can go do it. You know why Otis specifically? Because Otis has a gun. And so he can do it from range. So I want Otis to come over here. Silly robots. All right. I want you to engage. Engage the enemy. There you go. Just shoot it. Boom, 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 boom. There. Now, you can't get wounded if you're just going to shoot the thing. That's perfect. Okay. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. You can go ahead and do your job now. That'd be great. All right. Now that that's happening, can I please reel in this? Okay, it's lined up, but I didn't disconnect all of the tiles. So I need this stuff to go away before I can reel it in all the way. And it looks to me like it's also connected here now, so I need to get rid of this floor too. I mean, really all these floors should probably go. I don't really need them. I'll be redrawing them anyway, so we can just get rid of all of those. That's fine. And I think that does it. So we'll try one more time. Please manage this. That drone ran out of power. It's going to come down to another one. Here we go. And reel it in. There we go. All right, that's where I want this thing. I want it to be front and center, really close to the main room so they can just hop out and walk in and be safe, right? That's the idea anyway. So we're going to go ahead and make a new floor in this area, probably about, all the way up to all the way up here is fine. We'll do this right here, and we'll just fill this part in right there, and we'll just start remaking the floor. So that'll be its final place that we have it in. And actually, why don't we just delete all of this because I don't need any of that stuff. There's 2 doors here. There's no reason for that to exist either. So we'll just go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff too. Research-wise, we're going to go ahead and grab electronics now. That's going to let my crafting stations go ahead and make more complex things, which is nice. I'm going to add another crafting station in here. So there's going to be 2 of them now right there. This one here has been making gears the entire time, which has been great because we use it for dadoids. I'm going to actually go ahead and put that up to 30 as my limit. And then also, I've messed up here, and I've told the dadoid production to stop at 10. I'd like it to stop at 30 if I could, and also have it be a slightly higher, thing. But now that we have electronics research done, I can actually have one of these things creating a different kind of dadoid. So instead of having just the basic dadoid as a possibility, and it's not currently making it yet. Well, there it goes. We'll wait till it's done. There it goes. It's done. Now, in order for that, we can stop it, and now we can make tech dadoids with it instead. Tech dadoids are going to use the copper wire and the transistors, and so we're going to want to create our own transistors, and a fire has broken out right away. But we have a lot of people in the area, a lot of bots in the area to go ahead and put this out. At least I think we do. Hey, can we do that? There we go. So there's a little of repairs to make on there. Probably had some kind of short in the electrical system there just now. We'll go ahead and make sure that these things are getting repaired, and we can go ahead and make them as we go. This thing also needs repaired as well. So right now the Colonel's sleeping in this bed. Colonel is injured. Also, he has 3 conditions: a mild wound on his left eye, right arm, and his left hand. Because bodies now have a lot of different body parts that can be wounded. This is way different than it used to be. And each one of these can also be harvested, by the way. case you're curious. That's also a thing you can do. And as a robot, well, I mean, if we can break Asimov's rules, we could do things like that. We have 17 transistors available, which is pretty nice. We're going to want to assemble more of them. So I think we'll go ahead and have our inventory amount maybe be lowered here. Let's go with 40. We're going to want to make solar panels with these things too. Yeah, we'll go with 50 with these things. So we're going to have our humans that are basically going to be responsible for these types of things. And then this is one tile away. Wow. There. We'll make another charger right there. Now, I think providing the charge station is supposed to be the objective for this quest. And I've done a lot of quests already, but it's not giving me credit for this yet. So build and connect a matter reactor. I need the second matter reactor. I didn't think I was going to need it, but it looks like it's going to require me to have it. So we're going to actually go ahead and have them build this now too. I guess our electrical grid is going to get a little bit bigger soon, so I guess that's a possibility. We'll go ahead and make that a level 5 on priority, so they should go do it. Caliban Cache does not have a path to it? Really? Are you sure? It's copper wire. You just have to bring... You brought everything else there. There you go. Yeah. Like, you brought everything else there. What's the problem? Okay, so this is not connected. Let's go ahead and get it connected, and then we are going to go ahead and tell it to do steel plate as well. There we go. Charge station's done. We're going to get 5 datoids as a reward. Now we need to establish research going to get datoids and stuff. We've already done that, or I've already done that, so that should be completed pretty much right away. I suppose it wants me to create 10 new datoids or something, right? Produce a datoid. Okay. As soon as the datoid is done being produced, we'll complete that then. There we go. All right, connect to the stasis array. That's something I haven't done yet, so we'll go ahead and do that too. And then we also need to connect to the survivor area, which has already been done as well. Establish a food production. I haven't done that yet, so I'll get on that, as well as hygiene facilities. So lots of things that it wants me to do yet. Okay, we are going to grab one more connector out this way. And then you are already connected. So I want you to just give me a little bit of light in here. That's fine. And then I want to go ahead and connect to the stasis array. That's going to complete this objective. And now we need to pressurize this area. So I've also moved the teleporter since. So teleporter is now over there. I've got this section kind of broken down now. I haven't really decided how I want to go about moving this yet. I think what I'm going to do is disconnect this, move this over, and then move this down, because I can't have them in the same spot, but they need to be all kind of located right in a line right here is kind of what I'm looking for this reinforced wall. And then I would also like to move this reinforced wall down as well. I've got this pretty much hooked up. I did have to connect my own wall segment so you can see the difference between the walls I can build and the walls they can build. And there is a substantial difference as well. The regular wall segments have 100 HP. These ones here have 300. So definitely better to have those. Oh, also, it looks to me like I need to have another floor segment right there. There we go. And then this wall can probably go, I think. Yeah, maybe we'll put a door right here or something, but I mean, I can turn this into a data center too. I can put like hard drives and stuff in here, so it's not that big of a deal. This hook, I'm going to move it down to here, and we're going to have this be the hook that moves this wall segment over. So right in line with this, we're going to say I put you right here, I guess. And then we'll have that hook bring this segment down later on. All right, so in order to move this successfully, though, I will need to get rid of some of these wall segments because I just have to disconnect them in order to move it. So we're going to go like that, I think. That'll be good. Do I need to go that high, though? I think I can probably preserve that. Yeah, we can preserve that little section, but this has to be disconnected enough to move it. Colonel went insane. Should pass unless something bad happens. All right, now why did the Colonel go insane? Let's see. So his mental conditions right now. Depression, mental breakdown is severe. His sanity, it's being affected because he can't take showers. No chair in their work spot. Oh, that's interesting. I can fix that, actually. I've got this handy chair right here. We can just relocate that into your work spot. What do you think? Actually, maybe we take the end chairs instead. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just move these things. It's okay. So chair in the work spot. I guess that's the thing that they want. They have a table to eat at, but they don't have anything else. So let's go over to food prep. They need a kitchen. And we can get them a kitchen. Let's say maybe we put this right in front of... I don't really want to cause fires and anything. You know what? We can probably split this room eventually too. So why don't we put the kitchen like right here? I'm kind of okay with that. Just like out in the open. We'll probably put a wall right here. It kind of, you know, locks this area down at some point. For now, we just need something there. And then we also need the Atmos. There's the heater. That's fine. We're actually going to want the heater to be over in this area too, just to help with creating heat for the area. But I'm looking for refrigerators. I thought I had those. Apparently, I do not have refrigerators. Research. Did I not do it? I have 41 basic data now. Wow, I got rich real quick. Let's get the biochemical extraction. We definitely want recycling soon. We definitely want recycling soon because we will run out of water if we don't. Where is the showers? Hygiene. Yeah, right here. It's still locked. I didn't get it. So it's just right here. I need to go get it, but I need data disk space now. So data disk space, very easy to do. Come over here to computing. We have these little 8 zettabyte modules right here. We're going to plug these in first. Get those built. We should have the transistors to do that since we have been working on those with the crafting stations. There we are. And then we'll just go ahead and connect. You is what needs to connect right here. And then you need to go there. So that gets the setup there for our disk space. And we can also go ahead and investigate more CPU later too. But I would rather get hygiene. Yep. And also I think, yeah, recycling needs to be done and oxygen production as well. So that's kind of everything I need to really make sure that the humans can survive. It are those things. So what I'll do first, I think, is we'll go in with a wall. We're going to make a wall right here. Kind of lock this area down. I think is a good thing to do here. We'll come up like this side. We'll come across like this, like that. And then this will just be like another airlocked sort of area for people. I guess that's probably okay, right? A little hallway that they can move across or move around. I like that. This will need to be moved somewhere else. So I'm actually going to cancel that and have that moved somewhere else. Atmo mini heater. We'll put that over like this. And then we're also going to want to get the mini oxygen pump in here as well to create a nice environment in here is what we're really looking for. All right, then. So we can put a door on this side right here. We'll put a door right there just to let people move through this area, right? Going to want to have that done. And then we're going to need connectors as well. I want to get the better connectors. These ones are not great. Do I have research available for that? It should be called, I think, improved connector right here. It's this one right here. I want this. So I need 3 additional disk space. Well, I have them built. I just have to connect them. So right here, connect it. No? Ooh, it's just out of range. That sucks. We can change something though. Let's have you swap out of there and you can go here. And then you can be there instead. All right, we have that. So improved connector. Let's unlock that so I can get it. Treadmill would keep people busy too. Like nice exercise for them as well. It also provides us with a small bit of energy while they're on it. So we could also maybe get that. And then that gets us down into the Duke box. Yeah. All right. I'm probably going to have to look at CPU soon. So I kind of want to keep my points for that. These guys are hammering away at all this stuff, making these rooms nice and good here. All right. So since this is disconnected now, let's move this segment first. And so to do that, I'm going to get rid of... I have to get rid of some of it. So we'll get rid of this part and this part. And this will separate it so that I can move it independently. And then we're going to want to have the anchor relocate that over to here. And maybe just put it... I don't know, I might put it like right on the edge, but as long as it's on this little floor segment here. So now this area here can be slid over. And so what I want to do with it is we're going to slide it over to about here, and then we'll slide it down because we have this little part here I want to keep too. So I kind of want this wall to be right here. So I want to keep this, so we'll slide this all the way over and then slide it down. To do that, I'm going to want to have a floor tile right there, I think. Is a pretty good spot for the floor. That'll let me slide this thing all the way over like this without interfering, I believe. Let's double check. Yep, this is all clear. Yeah. Very good. There's a space in between these things. That's exactly what we want. Cool. Pressurized stasis array is done. Very good. And obviously we want to connect all these things. We now have the ability to connect the improved connector, which is what I really want to do. So we're going to go about, I think right here with it is good, or over here. Right in the middle would probably be more preferred, but right in the middle is also harder to access. Not really. We have, not really. I think it's fine because we have, oh, that autosave got me right as I was clicking. We have this right here I can connect it to. So with this improved connector, how you read these, in case you're curious, is this is an 820. It has 8 connections with a radius of 20. This one has 16 connections with a radius of 12. So more connections, but it doesn't reach as far. But they're useful because of those extra connections. So we're going to go ahead and connect you, and also connect the door. Also connect that door. I want this light. I want that vent. I want this vent. I want all the things connected over here so I can make everything nice and shiny. Can't quite get to that. If I move a little bit, I could get there. Yeah, it's not really worth it. It's fine. We can get that stuff later. The important thing now is if anybody was to hatch out of this and cryostability is at 13%, our next wake up is actually in 59 minutes. So in 59 minutes, we will get another person added to our crew or another animal. It will actually be up to us to choose amongst like 3 different options. The storage unit is getting very full. They've been using it. I like it. I like it a lot. Are we ready for this now? This is in place, and that's in place. So let's grab our. Where did I move my winch to? Right here. We'll take this hook. Let's relocate you to here. Ah, there we go. You have to make a choice. We get Juliet Dodson, Loki the dog, or Alfred Overflow Hicks. Okay. Well, this guy's 62 years old. He does cook. That's great. He'll also clean. We have Juliet Dodson, who doesn't really cook. She can handle construction stuff. She's a miner. That's great. She also has pianist, so she's not great with melee, I guess, for that. Dancer helps with social. Athlete loves mining and construction. Okay, good. And she's 37, a little younger. I like this. Let's go ahead and get Juliet Dodson. So we'll select her. Whoops, hit the tilde key. Gives you the here be dragons. Gives you this. So right away she pops out and she's immediately incapacitated. Whoa. Really? Normally they can at least walk. What happened? Holy moly. I mean, I get it. It's super cold here. I get it. But normally they can at least get someplace like right away. And this just started to produce atmosphere. We might be able to save her. Let's get her relocated if possible. Yeah, we're rescuing her. Let's get this to be the top priority. Bot should be coming in to rescue her any second now, hopefully. Here it is. Go get her. Bring her in. There it is. Okay, she's at least in a safe environment now, or safer environment. And she's going to be in bed healing. She's incapacitated. The X does not mean dead. X just means they are completely useless. They cannot move. They cannot do anything. It isn't until you see this symbol that they are dead. Okay, so with that, I think it kind of demonstrates the need for medicine. So why don't we go ahead and get, not docking, but the auto dock right here. So we want to get to the dock, and we have the exit booth, which we're not going to be using. We can do organ storage and stuff there. But if we get to there, we can then come over here, and I now need 6 biotic datoids. I only have 3 at the moment, so I'll have to continue on the main quest here to get that stuff. And of course, establishing food production would be a good way to go about doing that. And I think I have to just connect this in order to do that. It says it's too cold. Too cold. Oh, this isn't safe. What happened? I thought this was safer. Is this not sealed? Oh, this door's left open. Maybe that's why. No. Well, they've been going in and out of here quite a bit. Okay, well, I need to get more Atmo stuff then. So we're going to go ahead and put another heater, let's say right here in the middle of the room. And we'll go ahead and get another mini oxygen pump in the middle of the room as well. Just so we can maybe have that happen. I can also move the stove as well. So that's also an option. And I probably should just go ahead and do that. So why don't we move the stove over here for now? But I still want that whole area to be safe because I want them to be able to get out of here and then go that direction. So oxygen's going to slowly spread through here. The heat should also do the same because this is sealed. Yep. It's safe to do so. It'll do so. But we probably want 2 of them because these are just really small little heaters. So let's get a second one and another second oxygen pump and stuff too. We'll get these 2 things into the room, and maybe that'll just be enough to keep it going. Let's go ahead and get these things running so we can get additional atmosphere going. Yep. And then you can connect to these 2 things, and we'll get the additional heat and oxygen being pumped through here. Now, all of these oxygen pumps, they are using water to do this. And then there's something else that uses water too, and that's this recycler. Sorry, this uses bio waste. Bio waste? Yeah, it uses the stuff from the toilet to create water, okay? So it's like a, biomatter recycler kind of thing. So I'm going to put the recycler, I think, right up here. This also generates heat while it runs, so this will help that area too. And then there's a nutrient extractor. I can put that over here on this side as well for now. Both of those things are good to have as well, and we'll connect those up to the network there too. But to help the Colonel and his sanity, let's give him a shower and a toilet, eh? So maybe we'll put the toilet... Let's put that stuff maybe right over here. We'll say the toilet goes here, okay? And then the shower goes right next to it over here, all right? Well, let's make that stuff available right away so that the Colonel can get himself cleaned up. That's fine. And then this stuff, of course, needs built too, so we'll get that going as well. And then, we'll just slide this over one. So oh, we have another one to wake up. Case Wright Phillips, 32, really good at cleaning. Also a technophobe, so we're not going to be able to do a whole lot as far as like telling them what to do. They also are a slow pooper. Yeah, we all know someone who takes forever on the toilet. They got that going for him. But otherwise, he's a pretty good find. Otherwise, Soren Atkins, 41. He's a thief, so he's good at expedition stuff. Drummer, suicide bomber. Apparently not a very successful one. And then construction, okay. Rain and Huff. Piloting, also very good too. I think I like the one that's a short sleeper and is not clumsy. We're gonna get Case. So wait, select this colonist, and hold on. Combat in progress. Wright is apparently against me. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad I didn't connect the teleporter yet. So Wright is gonna have... We're gonna have issues with Wright. We're gonna have to be putting Wright through the nutrient extractor in the future, I think. Okay, this is a problem. Well, we can go ahead and activate several of our workers, but I would really like to get Otis in here more than anything. So let's get Otis to come on over here. R2D3, can you back up, please? You don't have the gun. I'm going to have the one that has the gun do the fighting, please. There we go. So, I mean, normally I would want to just disable here, but since he's aggressive, well, he kind of asked for it. So we're going to go ahead and have that happen. Shoot. There we go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. And then we can go up and have you engage the enemy now too. There we go. Oh, Trixie's getting in on this. Oh my God, Trixie! Oh, wait, we did read this earlier. Trixie's got this stat. What was the stat that it gives her? Like, she's a better fighter. There was a detail on that. Where is it? Abilities. No, not that. Oh, where's that skill? What is that that character trait that Trixie has? Cage fighter. There it is. +2 on a double cage fighter here. Very good. All right, well, yeah, incapacitated. That's what we wanted for this. So we will go ahead and release these guys. Looks like R2D3 got himself a little bit of damage. The arm socket, it's a mild bit of damage. He'll go ahead and get himself taken care of there. And then this person being incapacitated, I don't know if they're always an enemy. I'm not sure. We might be able to just euthanize the guy. I mean, I don't know if they're always an enemy, so I guess we'll just take the euthanization and then we'll pop him in the nutrient extractor. That's one way to do it. Okay, good. So he's down. That's what happens when you wake up and fight. We'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and turn these lights on. We'll save that one. It's fine. And then the nutrient extractor, well, that's what's going to happen here. Yeah. Right, joins your colony aggressively. There's a storage capsule that came in earlier, too. Let's open that. Let's see what's in there. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's not so good. I'm glad it's... Oh, wait. Why is the Colonel dead? What happened to the Colonel? Why'd he die? He went out... Oh, are you kidding me? They're still going out? They still do this without a suit? No, he's got a spacesuit, but no helmet. He just decides to walk out into the vacuum of space. Well, we lost the Colonel. He ain't very smart. It's really stupid, honestly. Okay, well, it's hard to keep him alive, I guess. And that's going to be how we end this episode, okay? So thanks for watching. I do appreciate you. A special thank you also again to Paradox Arc for sponsoring this video. If you want to see more Stardeus, make sure you engage with the video, hit the like button, comment, and all that stuff. When we get back for the next video, I will have all of this stuff kind of pulled together. We're going to complete the floor, and we'll have a ship that hopefully we can start moving around space with. I want to get this thing mobile so we can move and get over there and see what that wreckage is all about. And unfortunately, the Colonel will not be coming with us. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.